I think it's important that black people consider adoption because there are black children who are waiting for adopters. And these same black children will wait longer in the care system because adopters are not coming forward. I would say that adopters within the black community should understand that it's a route to parenthood, and that it's a route that will bring them lifelong joy by adding and increasing their family.
It's very important for black people to consider adoption because there's so many young black people in the system. So it's down to us to be there to help and support them. They're of our culture. They're of us. So when you've got a young black person growing up, they need to understand how to be able to navigate through society. We're the ones with the experience in this.
You know, we've heard people saying that then, I want a child that looks like me.
Identity.
One of the things that we picked up on the course that we did, that there was hundreds and thousands of children waiting for adoptive parents, and a lot of those are black.
Yeah.
So you're not going to have a problem finding somebody that looks like you.
Just trying to address that whole subject of why people think they fail. You know, when I look back at my community, the black community, I look back at my parents and my grandparents. They came from large families, and that's part of the pride of being part of that community. So when you can't have a child, and your option is to go and almost borrow somebody else's, there is a sense of failure. And I think that as a community, we need to get over that.
There are a few barriers that I think people assume are going to affect their ability to be able to adopt, and some of it sometimes is the accommodation where they're living, but depending on where you live, you can sometimes get support with that. So it's a case of speaking to the local authority and finding out what they can actually do to help and support you in that. The other thing I would say that would maybe hinder, especially black families, is financial support. But again, if you are willing to liaise and work with the local authority, they will often help and support people in adopting.
My generation of black children and the generation coming up, they need families. Like, I mean, it goes without saying, like, all children need families, but we see the black community and we want more like black professionals. We want more black actresses, black actors. The black community has all these dreams to have more black professionals, but if you're not giving those black children those homes, you can't expect that to happen. So as black people, as black parents, if you have the capacity, you have the spare room, you have the love, just go ahead and do it.
Adoption is open to anybody over the age of 21. There is no upper age limit. You can be single, you can be married, black, brown, white. We consider those with disabilities, those who English is not their first language, and various other minority groups.
If it's something that you're thinking of doing but are hesitant, you need to know that your age is not a barrier as far as social services are concerned. And it's really not a barrier as far as any child you adopt would be concerned. Kwame has no concept of our age, and it's not a problem for him at all. I think it's worth at least beginning to go through that process of finding out something about the kind of children who are looking for adoptive parents, and in fact in desperate need of adoptive parents, and to be aware of the real difference that you can make to a child's life and to their life possibilities and journeys, but also to your own life. I mean, it's a real joy to have this young person around and part of our home.
You know, the options are much broader now than they were. So any person who is considering adopting, number one, you really should. Number two, you clearly have a lot of love to give, so give it. Number three, when you start, just tell yourself, I'm going to keep going no matter how long this takes, because at the end, I'm going to have my child.
You know, be prepared to be honest. I think that's what I would say. Be prepared to be honest about your past together, because you're bringing a child into this environment.
when I think about what makes a great adopted family, I've worked with numerous families. It's those who have got the love, the time, and the commitment to give to the process, and also adopters that are fun, adopters that are willing to learn, adopters that are willing to unlearn certain things that they might have grown up thinking, or, you know, things that they might have been doing previously. Adopters who understand that it's a journey for them and a journey for the child as well.
Children don't come with a handbook. There are always going to be issues. There are always going to be situations just the same as if you had your own, your own birth children. However, it's having the mindset to know that whatever the circumstance, whatever the issue is, you will tackle it together as a family, as a community. You don't think you're on your own with this.
Just do it.
Just do it.
A child appreciates the love of a parent. It doesn't matter. They appreciate the love, the attention, the safety of a family. Just do it. It's the greatest thing we've done.